Second thing I want to mention is that for the first time since 1980, was the management of the church able to be totally, completely weaned from his having to take over and straighten things out. Completely. What that produced was it allowed him to do his own hat. The third thing I want to mention is what's going to happen to the tech. That's easy. Firstly, there's existing materials. So what happens to the tech is it stays exactly like it is. With one exception, is that currently, for some time, for 3 or 4 years, there's been an exhaustive search for those issues that got sandbagged through somehow or another. And what we're doing is checking them against LRH's tapes. He gave conferences and briefings. His words are there. Those things that came off his typewriter, those things that were written under his own hand, and dispatches and notes that were written by Commodore's messengers, which can actually be verified, to completely sort out the wheat from the chaff, the truth from the crap. And you've seen some of these in the past years. We're coming right down to the road on that, and there's going to be just a little bit more, because luckily those alleged Thetans involved haven't been with us in a number of years, and so we're almost at the end of that. By the way, the percentage of that, get the idea of all the tapes, all the books, all the policy letters, all the bulletins, all the films, all the writings, all the collected works. Just get that idea, just one copy each. Get the idea of how much that would be, what kind of space that would consume. Among that now, it would probably fill this stage. Among that now are the ones that we're weeding out, which would amount to, I would say, about that much. It's insignificant. That's the existing tech. What I'm saying is 99.99999 stays. Now, the new stuff. OT8 is completely written up and currently in the hands of international management, as you know. What's going to happen is Senior CS Int, Ray Midoff, has promised me that he's full bore on finishing his solo knots, and he's going to be the first one to do it, and I'm going to CS it. And at that time, Ray will, possibly even before he's done with it, we'll have a few of the other CSs in. First priority being the ship's crew who are necessary to deliver this. And hopefully that will dovetail with management's current effort to get the ship, and when the sea trials are done, any refit necessary, any corrections, fully complemented, fully trained, then off it goes. It is christened, and OT8 is delivered. That's done. OT9 and OT10 are also written up, finished. There are several other OT levels that it is my job to compile. It consists of taking what he has written and putting it essentially in paragraph form, adding the appropriate HCOB references that go along with the auditing necessary to do this particular level, and they'll be released in due course. We have materials that are in this form in a thick sheaf of notes per folder of OT11, OT12, OT13, and so forth, and then about a stack this high to be sorted out for subsequent OT levels. We also, by the way, have the OT level that is going to be done immediately after every Thetan discards his or her body. He wrote that up before he went. Now, don't take that as an invitation, because you don't get it till you're through with the OT level before it. But know that when it's time, the tech is there, so you're not left with what do I do now, or even having to figure it out for yourself. It's there. That will be written up right away, because we have that word for word. And it'll be archived and made safe, and it will be eventually available at FLAG and other AOs, and people will be allowed to come into AOLA before they discard it, read the materials, check out on them, be word cleared, demo, so you know it. Now you know it. Now you're ready for when it happens. He finished his job. There's not much else to say except that what he came to do, he did. Now that he's out there, now he embarks upon his further OT research at a completely new level. That's exactly what he's doing now. And the fourth and last thing I want to say, and this is important. This is very, very important. if you learn nothing else here tonight, then learn this. If you take nothing with you, take this. There is, not was, is. There is only one source. Right? It's very important you understand that. Of course you know you're here. But let me just hone in on it a little bit. Source does not pass to management. Source does not pass from LRH to any other Thetan. Source is source. What made source? What is it about LRH that was source? His technology, his discoveries, his grades, his OT levels. Nobody else ever discovered it. He did. That's what made him source, and we still have that. Therefore, source is with us, and it is him. If you remember that there was only one, and will be only one, and there is only one, no other management body, no other individual, then you be okay. Because now you know whose stuff to read, whose stuff to apply, and don't listen to the others. And if you do apply his stuff, then you're there. It's as simple as that. Thank you for listening to me.